Howdy Hotties, the best and hottest Indian radio network in the entire world.
Mahima Creations
Proudly present Premier Evening Drive Time Show. Bam Bam!
Yes, you heard it right.
Bam Bam! Every
Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Thursday,
Friday. Let's beat the traffic.
Bam Bam!
Bye-bye. नमस्कार
Namaste.
नमस्कारा
Vanakkam.
खुश आमदीद
Assalamu alaikum.
सत श्री अकाल
మీకు అందరికీ వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जनेन्द्र
हमारे इस्माइल भाई बंदूक बोलते या अली मदद.
मौलानी मतलब बोलते सारे फीजिए मतलब गणिसा बोला बटजन हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं से फालतू बाबा
And of course, myself फालतू रानी लेकर आपके लिए एक और ड्राइव टाइम that's gonna make your Tuesday वाली शाम थोड़ी और terrific और थोड़ी और मस्तानी बन
It is
जाएगी.
going to become fantastic, Puttajan. A fantastic show for you guys today because it's going to be a total show about Tashan. Tashan मारते हुए आज का शो हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं. फालतू रानी आज का टशन के बारे में हमारे बदलों को बताओ.
तुम बताओ फालतू बाबा.
वैसे तू बहुत टशन मारते रहते फालतू वाले
नहीं, मैं मारती हूँ. मेरा टशन ये है कि मैं तेरे से बुलवाती हूँ. तो बताओ.
टशन ये है कि तू काम नहीं करती है मेरे से काम कराती है और कुछ नहीं है. And of course, let's do this. फालतू के टशन को हम लोग जारी रखेंगे मतलब we'll keep it going, we'll give it some हवा right now. ताकि वो टशन के साथ जी सकती है. राइट फालतू रानी?
बिल्कुल.
देखा उसके तेरे चेहरे पे क्या टशन दिखा रही है फालतू रानी. मस्त है यार. ब्यूटीफुल. But talking about टशन, but talking about all the fashion, I should say, statements, or should I say fashion statements became fashion icons.
Well, here's the thing. The fashion statements से ज़्यादा टशन मारते हैं ना, जैसे ऐसे बीड़ी पीना,
हाँ.
ऐसे
दारू पीना, ऐसे खटिया पे सोना,
ऐसे सोना, ऐसे चलना,
हाँ.
ऐसे देखना,
ऐसे
मतलब जो टशन मारते हैं. देखो मालूम है ना टशन क्या होता है?
टशन में एक ही बंदा याद आता है हम सब लोगों को.
हाँ.
रजनीकांत. क्या टशन है उनका.
अच्छा.
रजनीकांत अकेले नहीं है बाय द वे टशन मारने में. हमारे इंडियन सिनेमा में काफी सारे लोग हैं जो टशन मारने आए.
हाँ,
राइट. काफी दिनों से बिफोर इवन द टाइम ऑफ रजनीकांत दे बीन डूइंग टशन फॉर श्योर.
हाँ.
Yeah, you know one of the people who comes to mind when we talk about Tashan. You know who?
Yes.
Who?
Who is one of the people who what in Hindi?
Yeah.
Hindi Rajnikant was there in Hindi also, no man.
Hey, रजनीकांत से पहले यार शम्मी कपूर.
Really?
शम्मी कपूर का टशन आय हाय वो आधा वो जिससे ये लचक all those things and the way he used to do all the cute things whenever he shook his head the cheeks of Shami Kapoor had their own look actually, had their own mind actually also.
Yeah.
They used to go shake like that, you know.
Right.
And especially when he used to be very angry also.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And एक चीज़ है बेटा इनके आज का उनका एक गाना बदलूंगा मैं. वैसे तो he always style icon. He was like Elvis Presley of Indian cinema.
Right.
But Elvis Presley was like very healthy and nice.
What?
You know what I like about Shami Kapoor? He's a true man. That's how men are actually. Yeah, look at me. I'm just like Shami Kapoor, a little bit darker of something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course. You know the tall, narrow shoulders, broad hips, and that tapering legs.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we are.
Yeah.
All Indian men like me, healthy people. What? We have nice smiles and we have cheeks which actually have their own mind of their own.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk, my cheeks actually shake.
Exactly. तो आज हम लोग टशन थर्सडेज बात करने वाले हैं बंदू जान, जहाँ पे थोड़े बहुत फैशन ट्रेंड्स होंगे. हाँ बोलो.
I was coming to the फालतू.
हाँ.
मैं भी एक गाना लगाऊंगा.
हाँ.
इस गाने में एक और फैशन आइकन है.
हाँ.
मतलब टशन वाली मेम साहब है इसमें.
अच्छा.
हिंट दे दिया.
अच्छा.
कौन है मेम साहब और क्या किस चीज के लिए वो फेमस हो गई.
हाँ.
और what do you think she brought into the industry?
Yes.
Which became like full popular around the world.
Yeah.
But at least all the people at that time.
Right.
कौन था ये? आप कॉल करना पड़ेगा on 408-912-2479. इसमें तो of course है the Shami Sheikh. Shami. It's called Shimi, right? Not Shami. But I think Shimi became Shami anyway.
Well, we should call it Shami Sheikh.
Yeah, Shami Sheikh. तो Shami Sheikh करते हुए एक और फैशन आइकन है. कौन है इसमें? आपको यहाँ पे कॉल करके बोलना पड़ेगा on 408-912-2479 40892479. And गौर से सुनिएगा बंजान, ये गाना सुन के लुत्फ लीजिएगा गाने का. साथ ही में सोचिएगा who could be the style icon along with this. इसमें इन्होंने एक ऐसा ट्रेंड लेके आया इंडस्ट्री में जो अनसीन था. अनहर्ड ऑफ.
वो ट्रेंड क्या था? उन्होंने एक ट्रेंड लॉन्च किया इंडस्ट्री में.
क्या?
इंडस्ट्री में ही नहीं, मतलब पीपल स्टार्टेड, like people started wearing these at their parties.
Yeah, at their aerobics exercises and all of it.
Yeah, exactly. So 408-912-2479 पे आपको कॉल करना है on Tashan Tuesdays, and you gotta tell us what was this fashion trend that this other actor with Shami Kapoor Saab launched in this particular song, in this particular movie.
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई. आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
तो प्यार में ऐसा काम कर लिया, प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया. हमने तो प्यार में ऐसा काम कर लिया, प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया. प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया.
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर,
अच्छा,
सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
जान लगता है आपको अब पहचानने में थोड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है. आसान कर दो आप लोग जान. इन्होंने कुछ ऐसा पहना है, एकदम टाइट्स है. क्या था वो? आई कॉल द टाइट्स ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर पोशाक. Number to call you on 408-912-2479. A perfect blend of Indian tradition and Western tights.
दो बदन एक दिन एक जान हो गए, मंजिलें एक हुई हम सफर बन गए. दो बदन एक दिन एक जान हो गए, मंजिलें एक हुई हम सफर बन गए. मंजिलें एक हुई हम सफर बन गए.
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर,
अच्छा,
सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो
You know, to think that she actually was rejected the first time by Devanand for not having features, good features actually. Surprising, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, बजट के बारे में और बातें करेंगे आप लोगों को. कॉल कीजिएगा अगर पहचाने तो ना. Of course, I understand. I'll come and tell you who the person is who actually brought in a trend in the industry.
क्यों भला हम डरे, दिल के मालिक हैं हम. हर जन्म में तुझे अपना माना सनम. क्यों भला हम डरे, दिल के मालिक हैं हम. हर जन्म में तुझे अपना माना सनम. हर जन्म में तुझे अपना माना सनम.
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर,
अच्छा,
सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई.
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर,
सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई. And of course, Bajat, that was Shami Kapoor shimmying out there on that particular movie. In the movie, actually, Brahmachari, 1960s की बात है बरजन.
Huh. Huh.
And I'll tell you why. Actually, I think Elvis Presley was pretty much famous at that time only, right? 1960s, wasn't he famous?
Yes.
He was. So I don't know, but I don't know how the Indian cinema was able to capture what is happening around the world.
Right.
Right? It was
Right.
it's pretty interesting how they actually were trying to keep up with the entire world. Though the cinemas to come, the Western cinemas to come to the common man almost 10 years delayed actually. That was a general trend. It used to come like after a very long time into the other markets of Hollywood. Hollywood used to come to other markets a little later.
Correct.
But the point is, we're talking about our Tashan Tuesday. जहाँ पे हम लोग we talked about for a well-known person in the industry, Shami Kapoor. Nobody could match the Tashan he had.
Correct.
The style that he had.
Right.
तो उनका चलने की अदा, डायलॉग डिलीवरी की अदा, गाने में कॉमेडी लाने की अदा, you know, that's all those things, right?
Right.
Many people started bringing in those things afterwards.
Huh.
मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा बल्कि before him, I think it's only Johnny Walker to bring it in. थोड़ा बहुत गुरुदास साहब ने भी किया था, like not so very loud, but he had the comedy into the whole thing, right?
Right.
Even his dad and his brothers did not actually have that gift. Right?
Right.
But later on, later generations actually brought into, like even for the matter, later generation would be who? Contemporary, of course, would be Amitabh Bachchan, suppose.
Right.
Yeah. He actually brought in, Dharmendra ji. Dharmendra ji also brought in a little bit of comedy after this thing and all. Before that, Dharmendra ji was a very serious actor. He used to be like, he used to have that nostril swelling when he had romantic scenes. Very few comedy. At least they were, and Sholay came only in 70s, late 70s.
Right.
But they were, I would say Shami Kapoor was the person who brought in Tashan of actually, bringing in comedy and all the stuff into the mix, right? And
That is
dancing
true.
also, by the way.
That is true.
Now, but the question was about about the other actor who actually is the same song.
Yeah.
And what was that thing that she brought into the industry? I told you it's an actress, of course.
It's an actress, Manujan, and of course, अगर आपने ये देखा है, you'll see how gorgeous this actress
I
was.
know the orange color is so beautiful and
And-
goes so well on her, by the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she actually brought in the trend of that particular movie. I don't know if it's her, but of course, definitely her designer or whatever it is. Probably
Yeah.
they had ran short of saris, so they had to actually tie the sari really tight on her, right, Faltoni?
Right. So this is what we're talking about today, Banjan. That Tashan, of the few things, the quirky style of wearing their hair, or the different style of the fashion style, that they launched by the different style of sari that they were wearing. There was one thing, if you look through Bollywood, right, through the years, Mahima ji had done this one show on Beria Bak Bak where she had talked about how men's fashion, actually, she talked about. Remember where we talked about how the trousers of men went from like the regular suit style trousers from suits, because a lot of the movies they used to wear suits, remember?
Yeah.
And
Baggy
then,
suits.
And then it went to the fact that you
Baggy to tights to bell bottoms to
and
back
then
to
to those
tights.
pipe pants.
Pipe pants again, and then
Yeah.
back to the baggies right now.
Yeah, skinnies. There were skinny jeans at that, not jeans, skinny pants. Forget skinny jeans. And all that used to be there at that particular point in time. तो आज उसके बारे में हम लोगों ने सोचा कि चलो ठीक है, थोड़ा टशन करते हैं हम लोग भी.
Yeah.
How many of you actually get an opportunity to actually dress up and go out nowadays?
Apart from Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone.
Even they don't do that
They do
anymore.
often.
They do?
Ranveer Singh always with Deepika Padukone's maxis and walks around.
Really?
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Oh God,
The
stop.
other day I saw,
That is so not
I
fair.
saw a
Poor
photograph
thing.
when he's wearing her gagra.
क्या हालत बाबा?
Yeah.
Random fellow. वो उससे पहले जब before he was.
No, I think there was an argument between him and Deepika saying who wears the pants in the family, and she wore the pants, and he decided to wear the gagra. I suppose.
Whatever. I
You
don't
never
believe-
know. I sometimes feel like Ranveer Singh actually is overcompensating on something.
क्या?
Yeah, I just said that, Faltani. What are you doing, Faltani? My goodness.
I am getting the computer to reiterate whatever I was saying.
Reiterate what we were saying. Very good.
Yes.
So, Faltani, but the point is, does people know about this Tashan?
I don't know. Deepa, do you know what Tashan we're talking about? What particular fashion trend? Other than the fact that Shami Kapoor used to be the total playboy, not playboy, but the total. His Tashan was, he launched that trend of the absolutely romantic, relentless
Who?
romantic hero. Shami Kapoor, look at all his movies in which he's like one of those really, really relentless yet.
I can't imagine him to be a romantic hero, Faltani.
Yeah.
He's like a awesome person.
Huh? Just
Yeah, he's
awesome.
like awesome. There's
What?
not-
Just awesome.
Yeah, I think he's just awesome.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Achha, by the way, Deepa is saying on Facebook, Ranveer Singh is known as funky dressing. known for his funky dressing. I don't think it's funky. I think he requires help. But the point is,
What?
yeah,
Be quiet. It's
he needs
everybody's
he needs
interpretation of their own.
I'm saying okay, fine, but he needs to actually find somebody who can actually advise him properly to what to wear and what not to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he has a mind of his own. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good in a way. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's तो आपको call करना है. Tell us what are we talking about? Which particular? I don't think they'll know, man.
So give out the name. We're talking about Mumtaz, Mumu Baby.
Mumtaz.
Mumu Baby, actually, when she came into the industry, I believe she was rejected by Devanand, who actually at that time was a big star, like Karan Johar types. At that time, who decided the fate of heroines. He supposedly is you don't show about that. The hero, the so-called heroes, filmmakers of that time have rejected some really good heroines and actually eaten the humble pie afterwards. I really want to know so specifically on that because Mumtaz is one such person he rejected. I say that nothing, no features in you at all. Is what because Mumtaz is known for having very small, cute nose and cute eyes and all, right? But she became a popular hit.
Right, exactly.
But anyway, she was the person who brought in the trendy, the sari, tight sari, right? So I think many of heroines afterwards started wearing tight saris.
That was that was sort of like the trend that this particular movie launched also.
Yeah.
In this particular song, she's wearing, where the sari is like clad and draped so tightly around her. I don't know how she danced with that particular.
Oh, she danced very well actually.
Yeah.
Imagine if I would wear such a tight sari, I'll be like, oh my god, when is it going to tear in the seams and everything? Probably the material was nice, but the material might have been the lycra of that time.
What?
Lycra?
Could be. You never know.
Like
you
a
never
pet
know.
stretch, right?
Yeah.
I know my stuff, yes!
Yeah.
Could be like a sari, you never know. That time would have been just a sari. They wouldn't have thought of anything else. Anyway, coming back to the point, Father, anybody else you think actually have in the recent times who you think has wow, this person has got a wonderful, taste.
Sense of Tashan. Well, there is a movie called Tashan that came out.
Yeah, by the way, we're not talking about Tashan as fashion, Matajan. Fashion is something okay, understandable, but Tashan is when you carry with a lot of oomph and becomes a total, fashion trend.
Exactly.
That's Tashan.
Exactly. So today we're going to talk about some of those trends. We talked about Mumu Mumtaz, right? Where we said what she launched, so to speak, in this particular movie. क्या movie था वो? तीसरी मंजिल ना?
Which one? The one that plays Song of War?
Yeah,
the Brahmachari.
Yeah, no, Brahmachari. Correct.
Brahmachari, yeah.
Yeah, so that trend that she, it was a totally modern take on the sari panjan. Many people nowadays say, oh yeah, they'll wear these bikini strap blouses and they'll wear, really, shoulderless blouses with the saris and all that stuff. And people really, not even half of them can carry it the way she did in this particular movie. She is wearing, sort of like and it's very modest. It doesn't look ugly. It doesn't look unnecessarily revealing. It's done very, very beautifully. It looks like a lungi that's tightly draped around her. Yeah. Her upper torso, and then again, it has a flare at the bottom.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it has a flare at the bottom, right
after
her knees.
After the knees, so it'll be easy for her to do the twist and everything.
Yeah, to walk.
Yeah.
But very beautifully, and even the pallu that comes, the pallu is a very skinny pallu.
Okay, everybody had to visualize it right there, Fatwani.
It's very nicely done.
You got to stand up and show it to them, otherwise how will they know what's happening?
No.
My God.
It's a gorgeous...
it's a good description, I know. I'm actually visualizing it because I saw the video just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
But the point is, how will our bandhu driving right now, sitting in the car, understand that thing, Fatwani?
Well, it's supposed to be like a
think of it like as though it's like how you wrap, the pigs in the blanket kind of a thing. Like, you wrap somebody with a sari totally.
But it's not like you're completely wrapped. It shows just the right amount of midriff.
That is the whole idea of a sari, Fatwani, please. We understand that. The point is, Bhanuja,
no, you cannot wear it if you don't have a good figure. You cannot wear
sari
this
you wear when you don't have a good figure, Faltrani.
But this one you cannot wear if you don't have a good figure.
So it is not a sari then.
Yeah, and you have to be buxom a little bit. So it's very beautifully
all
done.
Those big words, I don't know, Bhanuja. I just know that she looked very nice. That I don't think the trend is going to come. It might come back because nowadays people don't know how to wear saris anyways. So probably they'll wear dresses like this. Yeah. Pre-stitched saris they'll wear. Even the dhotis nowadays, people wear pre-stitched dhotis. I'm like, what is the point of a dhoti if you're going to have a pre-stitched dhoti?
Exactly.
It's supposed to how you actually wear it is important, right? Well, by the way, yes, I know how to wear dhoti, so I can always comment upon it. It's fine. But Faldrani, at that time we also had another heroine who actually brought one more fashion trend, which was actually to cover up one of the so-called flaws in her.
Huh.
Can you imagine? Because the strengths came in as always covering on the floor. Because for her, I'm talking about Sadhana.
Huh.
Sadhana had a very pretty face,
Huh.
but she also supposedly had a very receding forehead.
Huh.
Right? So to cover the forehead, she actually had a hairdo,
Huh.
which became a hair all for everybody. When we started doing the same thing. Right?
Huh.
And that was called the Sadhana cut. Why I'm telling you is because I'm going to go into a song right now, Sadhana. We'll come back, we go into a health CC segment and come back next hour, talk more about all these trends, Barajan.
Right.
Like in Abhi ke liye, Barajan, a beautiful song of Sadhana who at that time itself, right? Pretty much 60s, 1960s ki baat kariye hum log. It's a beautiful song. Enjoy the song. We'll be back right after this and into our segment, which is of course the health 3C segment.
आप यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे, देखिए एक दिन प्यार हो जाएगा।
ऐसी बातें न करो हंसी जादूगर, मेरा दिल तेरी आँखों में खो जाएगा।
आप यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे, देखिए एक दिन प्यार हो जाएगा। पीछे पीछे मेरे पीछे पीछे मेरे आप आती हैं क्यों? पीछे पीछे मेरे आप आती हैं क्यों? मेरी राहों में आंखें बिछाती हैं क्यों? आप आती हैं क्यों?
क्या कहूँ आपसे ये भी एक राज है, एक इज़हार हो जाएगा।
आप यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे, देखिए एक दिन प्यार हो जाएगा। कैसी जादूगरी की अरे जादूगर, कैसी जादूगरी की अरे जादूगर, तेरे चेहरे से हटती नहीं ये नजर, हाय मेरी ये नजर।
ऐसी नजरों से देखा अगर आपने, शर्म से रंग गुलनार हो जाएगा।
आप यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे, देखिए एक दिन प्यार हो जाएगा।
And right now, but just time for us to get into our segment, which we call as Health 360 Jam, where we go and talk with Dr. Rani Sinha and also Pain from the Sutter Health Barajan Palo Alto Medical Foundation. Faltwani, are we ready? Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Dr. Sinha. Hi, Prerna. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. So, I'm so glad. In fact, last week we had so many discussions pursuant to your segment right here on our show with a whole bunch of our bandhus that we were chatting with on our Zoom sessions, and all our virtual meetups that we were doing. So thank you so much for bringing that particular topic. And I'm so glad that we're going to be talking about it today as well. Really quickly, for the benefit of all our bandhus who are joining us for the very first time, let's tell you that we're in a conversation with Dr. Ronnie Sinha and also Prerna Uppal from the Palo Alto Medical Foundation. It's part of the Sutter Health Group, Bandhujan. And if you would like to ask them questions pertaining to your general health and well-being, with regard to also what we were discussing last week, which is with regard to mental health, you can most definitely call into the studios. The studio number is 408-912-2479. We'll be opening up the phone lines for you to talk to the doctor and Prerna ji also live right here on the air. So again, 408-912-2479 is the number for you to call in. So Dr. Sinha or Prerna, if one of you could please quickly recap for us what our discussion was from last week.
Yeah, I'll give you a high-level recap, and then we'll jump right into some strategies, and Prerna can take over there. But, based on all the news around the famous Bollywood actor that had committed suicide, there was a lot of discussions around mental health and, why these things can happen to somebody that looked so promising in terms of career, wealth, everything, good-looking guy, very talented. And, we often hear about these stories in our community where people, whether they're young or, whatever age, are very successful and everything's going well for them. And all of a sudden we're shocked when we hear about something happening, whether it's a suicide, a divorce, or some sort of trauma. And so I think last week we just wanted to identify the fact that I think a problem with our community is we tend to not share our pains and sufferings openly as much. We tend to share more of our accolades and achievements. And as a result of that, I find in a lot of my visits, and today I did a couple of televideo visits, and some people opened up about their issues, which they literally told me, but they don't feel comfortable telling any of their friends. And I think over many years, when you internalize these sorts of emotions, when you're not able to meet the expectations of parents or your friends or colleagues, it can really take a big hit to individuals. So today, we're going to focus on some strategies to help with mental health and wellness. But I just want to put a disclaimer in that, the strategies that Prerna and I talk about, these can help us feel better, but some of us really do need to get specific help. And that could be seeing a therapist. I know these are taboo words in our culture, but many of our bandhus, they need to talk through these things, because if they don't feel comfortable talking to their friends or their family members or their spouses, they need to find somebody they can connect with. And, I often have to do a lot of convincing, but when my patients often do find the right counselors and therapists to talk to, it can be liberating, because they have years of trauma that have been suppressed that they're able to release. And when they combine that with the techniques and lifestyle behaviors that Prerna talk about, that really leads to more lasting changes. Otherwise, if you just meditate and breathe, that can help, but sometimes we're still suppressing a lot of deep pains and other emotions. So I never want to give the expectation that the techniques we're going to talk about are going to cure all your problems. It can take the edge off it. But this is a time during COVID-19 where we have time to reflect inward. And sometimes a lot of us have to do some deep work to really get over these emotions so they don't manifest in some sort of severe trauma.
So, Bandhujan, of course, if you have a question regarding this specifically, give us a call here. In fact, last week when we had this, with the first part of the regular segment, we actually we had a lot of people calling us after the segment got over. So please see if you can give us a call ahead of time, so we can actually get your calls in, and then Prerna or Dr. Sinha can answer your questions as well. Again, number to call here is 408-912-2479. Yes, whatever we discuss on air, typically there's a blog post associated with that. Dr. Sinha actually has a blog post which is on culturalhealthsolutions.com. In fact, I put the link right there below our video. If you look at it, Bandhujan, the link is right there for you guys to click and go on and check out the articles regarding what we discussed on air as well. And in addition to that, many more topics regarding our health. Now, if you have a specific question regarding this was discussed today or something regarding your general health, give us a call here for sure. 408-912-2479. 408-912-2479.
So, Dr. Sinha, before we launch off into the strategies, I just wanted to quickly ask you, this was a recurring theme in our discussions. Are some people predisposed to mental health issues? Are certain types of individuals predisposed to depression or bipolarity, or depression or suicidal tendencies? Could you talk a little bit?
No, they're definitely, like with all chronic health conditions, it's a mixture of lifestyles, behaviors, and some genetic risk. And there clearly are some significant genetic factors that can put people at risk. And when we take the family histories of many of our bandhus, like I said, with parents and grandparents, just because it was such a taboo topic, it's not like our parents or grandparents were formally diagnosed with depression. But the more that we become aware of it, when we reflect back on our aunts or some of our family members, we can think that, so and so likely had severe depression or, like you said, bipolar disorder or anxiety. And definitely there can be that genetic linkage, but if you can really moderate, but what I tell people is often the genetics is a factor, but then you also think about that mother or grandmother who lived in an environment where she couldn't openly express her emotions, where she just went about her daily chores and work, and they were, basically not able to share those pains and suffering. But just like with diabetes, we've talked about here in this environment where we have access to these resources, where the topic is still taboo, but not as taboo as it was when we were living in India generations ago, we have an opportunity to really take the best care of our health. And we need to do it not just for ourselves, but for our family too, because when my patients are depressed or under chronic stress, I know in my case too, I'm not a good parent. I get more short-tempered, and I can't deal with my, my daily work. So I think it's a big motivator for us to really change the generational patterns of depression and mental health disorders.
Very true. And of course, Benja, let me also tell you one thing. We've been reading the news about this, where now the new normal is going to be many of you actually working from home. While you were at the workplace, probably you had a manager or somebody you could talk to. Now it's Dr. Sen, it seems to be going to be more of an isolated kind of environment, even further. Because sitting at home, all you could do is just sitting in a room and just doing what you got to do, and you don't get to meet your other people just to make sure you can somehow deal with the stresses you're going through. So that comes to the next thing about question to you, as to you were talking about some techniques we could use wherein we could actually try to recognize these and try to catch them early. So would you like to share that now?
Yeah, well, I'll pass it over to Prerna. One last thing is just be aware that I was telling Prerna before the show that I just looked at a study that showed it was first released in the effect of the COVID-19 quarantine on teenagers. And the numbers are pretty devastating. The amount of stress, insomnia, depression, and anxiety that teenagers are facing is unprecedented. And a lot of us aren't even aware of it because our kids are in their bedrooms with the door closed. We don't know what time they're going to bed, but it's very sad because their brains are developing right now and they're not getting that social exposure at school. They're on devices much longer. So all of those things we've talked about in the past are magnified manyfold. And the first studies are showing really significant impacts. So we need to really be aware of this and make the changes that Prerna recommends at a family level, not just an individual level. So Prerna, you had some great points if you wanted to bring up and go into it. Yeah.
Yes, so talking about strategies, there's been a lot of work that's done in the area of food and mood. And there are some lifestyle interventions that we know can actually affect your mental health, and food included. So some of the things that we've seen research studies confirm for us is sunshine and light seems to have a really beneficial effect. So they find that in people who live in places where it gets dark sooner or they don't have a lot of natural light, there is more depression. So take advantage of being in California and the sunshine and definitely sort of get out there. Exercise tends to also have a mood boosting effect. There are certain foods that actually help increase serotonin levels. So serotonin is one of our happy hormones. We have other happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin is one of them. And foods such as spinach, pineapple, fatty fish such as salmon, nuts, the high protein legumes tend to boost serotonin levels. So and vegetables, so lots of vegetables in your diet. So have those foods to help the serotonin levels, because the happy hormone, of course, will boost your mood and keep you away from anxiety and depression. And
so I have a question, Prerna. Sorry, when you said food and mood, my ears just stood up. I'm a foodie, and my question to you is, when you talk about these foods, does it also matter as to how you consume? Because I remember some time ago, you did talk about the fact that, the way you eat the food also matters and how you prepare the food. So can you give a little bit of insight on that also? Like when you talk about nuts and you talk about vegetables, you said pineapple. Of course, you can't have pineapple ice cream, can you? Is it a good thing? No?
Yes, that's a great question. And you're right, we've alluded to this before. When I'm talking about these foods and I'm talking about healthy fats, such as the fats found in cold water fatty fish like salmon, albacore tuna, or nuts, Yes, the form of the food and the way you cook is very important. You don't want to be deep frying things. You don't want to be bringing in unhealthy fats. Even with nuts, they tend to have a lot of salt if you're going to buy salted nuts. So you want to get the raw, unsalted variety. Yes, it's super important. So with pineapple, just a small serving of pineapple, not the juice and not the ice cream. Nuts would be a handful of nuts for snack. But what I'm really trying to focus more on is for you to use those good quality eggs. Get in a lot of vegetables. Focus on greens like spinach. Um, and bring in those sort of foods to help your serotonin
Sure,
levels.
Dr. Sina, I want to ask you a question. So again, it's food, so I will definitely ask questions about this.
Yeah.
There are some people who actually anecdotally they share with us, like when they're feeling down and depressed, or I just want to go have the samosa. I want other fried food. What is this? What is this? I don't know. I feel sometimes.
Yeah, it's like the bondas and
Yeah, the bhujias and all the stuff, right?
yeah, and
I
yeah,
don't. Is there a science behind why
even
we like fried fatty foods at times? I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can tell you at a high level, foods that are extra fatty and extra sweet, we are genetically wired to desire those foods
Huh.
more. And the reason evolutionary why is because our ancestors, they lived in very sparse environments. And if they came across, let's say, a berry tree or some sort of, food source, they were basically trained to eat a lot of that because they don't know when their next food exposure is going to be.
Okay.
So that's wired into our DNA, and that's why if you walk into a sweet shop or you've got a box full of Haldiram sweets or a bag full of bhujias, you want to finish the whole bag. That's wired into us, and especially if you're under chronic emotional stress,
Okay.
which is sort of our topic, you're going to be much more susceptible to emptying out that bag of chips. So for me, some days I can already tell because I'm sleep deprived and stressed out that I'm going to be very vulnerable to eating the foods that Prerna does not want me to eat. So sometimes I have to sort of be careful. So what I do is when I wake up, I might be eating a little bit of extra fruit, like apples and berries, to sort of keep my blood sugar a little bit more stable, so I don't end up having cookies and sweets in the afternoon. Because once the hunger hits you and the stress hits you, I know for me, even knowing all this, sometimes I just can't control those urges at all. So we do have to be proactive. But Prerna, do you have some strategies? Like I'm gonna to tell me the truth. I mean, can we sometimes put some crispy things in our salad, maybe, or nuts, or are there some ways that we can enjoy some of those foods that we crave every now and then, but maybe in a healthy context?
Absolutely, absolutely. So don't go for those crispy Indian snacks because we know they're filled with trans fats. But some of the things you can do is, you get these healthy tortilla chips by the company called Late July. So you can get some healthy baked chips, for instance, tortilla chips, potato chips, made with olive oil, avocado oil. The baked variety would be better. And just make sure that you're rationing out the portion size. Don't sit with a bag of nuts and a bag of chips. I would take five, if I feel the craving for tortilla chips, I'll literally take five of those chips and then I break them into little pieces to really stretch out my eating time for about 20 minutes because that's about how long it takes for the brain to get a signal that it's full. And then you're having some healthy fats with that. So guacamole or nut butters, and then the healthy fish. So that's what you want to do is make sure you're not having the fried foods. And the foods that you were talking about, comfort foods, right? We tend to do emotional eating when we are stressed. So bring the right comfort foods in your environment. Whatever's in your pantry is what we're going to eat.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a
So
good point.
keeping the right foods on hand is going to really sort of do the damage control.
Yeah,
So
one other thing too, that's such good advice is if you eat those unhealthy foods at the wrong time, it will do even more damage. So a lot of our bandhus end up snacking on these things late at night after 8:39, 10 p.m. And that's exactly when your body cannot metabolize or process that for energy. So it goes to your liver, it triggers more inflammation. It's even linked to cancer risk when you're having these foods late at night. So if you are going to have that craving, because I know we're all human and every now and then if you want to go to that sweet shop or whatever, I sometimes will indulge in not those things, but I will sometimes eat unhealthier foods much earlier in the day. Like if I'm craving pizza, I'm going to have it at 5 p.m. or maybe 6 p.m. but I'm not going to have it at 9 p.m. and go straight to bed, where it can do so much more damage. The circadian rhythm of eating is so important. So, and that's why I worry about abundance, because a lot of them eat late night dinners, they're snacking late into the night. This is what really can cause the most damage. So if you're going to eat those foods, eat it earlier and eat the healthiest portions, or the versions of those foods that Prerna just discussed.
So, Dr. Sinha, I got a confidential question on Facebook from a teenager who's 17 years old. Doesn't know that whether is having major mood swings, and has been experiencing a lot of feeling of isolation and some dark thoughts. So wants to know, is not comfortable discussing it with her parents. Wants to know, are there any hotlines or suggestions that you have where how do they know that they're actually, but sometimes feels completely on top of the world and is she just goes into this some from time to time. So she wants to know that also craves a lot of the like the fries and the wings and everything. So wants to know, how do I recognize it?
So I'm going to have Perna give some advice, but before that, this is really important, the fact that you've shared this directly. It's really critical that you get in touch with your pediatrician first, and your pediatrician can connect you to the right resources, because a lot of us, we don't want to just blame this on, I'm just tired and sleeping stressed out. We do have to make sure that there's nothing more serious that needs to be addressed. And like I said, this is a sad part in our community, is our own children don't feel comfortable opening up to their parents about this stuff. So if we don't have those outlets to talk, then definitely reach out to the healthcare system, to your pediatrician, get the support that you need through that. So I would start with there, and then you'll be connected to a lot of great resources. I could provide links and websites, but I think it's much better to just go through your doctor first, so then they can make sure there's nothing more serious we need to address. But Prerna, would you have any other advice aside from that? I know you've raised teenagers too, so you can relate.
Yeah. Yes, and thank you for expressing how you're feeling. I think, as Dr. Ron said, it's very important to connect with your medical team, someone older in the family, maybe not just your parents, but an uncle, an aunt, an older cousin that you feel that you could really trust. Get that emotional support that you need. In terms of diet, I have raised teenagers, like Dr. Ron said, and often with friends, they would go out and get, boba tea, and, they get a lot of sugar in their diet. We do know that sugar is linked with mood swings. So just take a closer look at whether you're reaching out for those sugary drinks or ice cream at night, or a lot of these foods and snacks that have unhealthy fats. So I want you to reach out for more healthier fats, guacamole with vegetables, eat more greens, go out for a walk, 6 feet apart with a mask, with some close friends, get some sunshine, and really sort of try to eat an early dinner, go to bed on time. These things really make a difference. It's a cumulative effect. But first things first, I'd say definitely reach out to your medical team and talk to them.
And out of those things that Prerna, I just recall, because I've done a couple of teenage sessions, and I found this one link from an expert where they actually compared, for teenagers and actually adults as well too, the most impactful strategy that can elevate our mood. And they basically put seeing a therapist, they put down massage therapy, they put down a number of different supplements, even nutrition was listed on there. But what came out as number one as having the greatest impact was what Prerna mentioned, which is exercise. Sustained exercise, especially at a good aerobic level, nothing changes the brain more dramatically than that, I would say. Definitely the therapist, everything, we have to incorporate that, but it is incredible how much more effective that was than all the other strategies combined. And the thing is, once you exercise and you feel better, you want to eat better as well too. Everything just sort of gets easier. You even have the motivation and activation to maybe see the therapist or do some of the other things that right now you just don't feel energized to do. So again, definitely pay attention to everything Prerna said. If you had to pick one, I would say exercise. And a lot of our teenagers and adults, they're not going to gyms, they're not part of organized sports, they're indoors all the time, and that can have devastating effects on your brain. I see the impact when I don't exercise and I'm just sheltered indoors. I feel horrible, so we just have to make sure that's a powerful strategy.
I just want to suggest real quick that music is very, very uplifting. So music and dance, it's something you could do in your room. You can do it by yourself.
Right.
You would notice your endorphins going high. I mean, you would notice a mood lifting effect. So do that.
Yeah, and of course, if you have a dog in the family, take the dog for a walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or run. I've
Yes.
seen, I can watch for it. It actually changes
Yeah,
your whole
that's
mood,
true.
actually.
Absolutely. And I just want you to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
really thankful that you shared. This is somebody. Thank you for sharing and opening up. We will send you links as well, and of course, as we're all allies at Pragnya as well, we will be there for you. And of course, if you need to get more information, please do reach out. You can go to Dr. Sinha's blog. It will be in confidence, so you can always reach out. SouthAsianHealthSolution.org, and you can also make an appointment to meet with Dr. Sinha or Prerna, and they could refer you also. Like I mean, obviously you're a minor, so you could discuss this with your pediatrician as well. But if you want to ask questions, generic questions, and if you want to get information, you can definitely go to the blog and get more information from there. And I think it was there's a bunch of other questions that are coming up, but unfortunately we're out of time, Dr. Sinha and Prerna. So I wanted to really thank you for bringing this segment on again and sharing with us. And we'll look forward to learning more from you next week right here on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a happy, healthy, safe rest of the week.
You
You
too.
Thank you. And of course, Binajan, as this is one issue that we don't consider taboo amongst a lot of us, and I'm so glad that Dr. Sinha and Prerna brought this. You can definitely reach out to them, SouthAsianHealthSolution.org, or you can go to Dr. Sinha's blog, culturalhealthsolutions.com, or make an appointment by going to PAMF.org/South Asian. That's again PAMF.org/South Asian. Don't go anywhere. Tashan Tuesdays will continue right here on the PAMPAM show right after this.
You are listening to Radio D Hotties, powered by Mahima Creations. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this show do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio D Hotties. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
चांद सिफारिश जो करता हमारी देता वो तुमको बता बस आपको यही बताता कि मैं शान हूँ और आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो डे हॉरी द हॉटेस्ट रेडियो नेटवर्क एंटरटेनमेंट जस्ट गॉट हॉटर
Radio D Hotties, the best and hottest Indian radio network in the entire world.
Mahima Creations.
Proudly presents Premier Evening Drive Time Show. Bam Bam!
Yes, you heard it right.
Bam Bam! Every
Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Thursday,
Friday. Let's beat the traffic.
Bye-bye. Namaskar.
Namaste.
Namaskara.
Vanakkam.
Khushamadi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Satyakal.
Vegandariki vandanamu.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Janendra.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद
गोलाली मतलब बोलते हैं सारे फीजी बदल बुला हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे वही बात द्वारा मैं सिर्फ आलतू बाबा एंड ऑफ कोर्स अभी भी आपने सुना था we actually had Dr. Sinha on on extended level actually we are, because some questions are coming up on Facebook and we were actually getting the answers from them as well. So people actually on the app actually could hear the whole thing, but if you're on the radio we actually had a break in between and then we actually went into it, but our show kept on going Banajan online. Let me tell you, this is Radio D Hotties airing live and local on Radio Mirchi 1310 AM. Now if you're actually on the road you can listen on 1310 AM. If at all you're anywhere else in the world you can listen to the app, which is Radio D Hotties. In fact, if you're sitting in your car as well, if you want to listen to this total stereo quality, download the app Radio D Hotties. You get total stereo quality of everything Banajan. Non-stop आपके लिए entertainment रहेगा morning till evening with our live shows going live when we had to go live and everything. And also we also have beautifully hand-picked music for you guys at different times of the day.
See, Prerna said, right, music can have an amazing effect on you.
I totally agree with
it's-
Prerna on that. Prerna, for me, right, Faldwani, music is therapeutic.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. For me too, Alto Baba. So you can sing out loud, sing out proud, or you can play music and you can just dance. So what you need to do, Bandijan, is I'm not going to say you should do. I will say that this is something that every single Bandhu, this is a public service announcement I'm making. Every weekend we have something called Geet Mala that we do. Geet Gata Chal ke baad Mahima's Geet Mala happens right here on Radio Tihadis. Believe me, we fight, we cry, we laugh, we joke, we pull each other's leg. We have so much fun.
We take total distribution, Badhujan. She fights, I cry, all those things happens.
And he mocks everybody.
What?
Everybody.
What?
Deepa's watching and she can vouch for it.
Everybody knows I'm the most lovable creature on this particular thing, okay? I even have a nice title given to me, Faltwani. What are you talking about?
Whatever, Altama. What?
The title is called Brahmandik, Brahmandik Nagarik.
Whatever.
That means I am a total lovable kind of creature across the world, universe actually.
Yes, you are.
Jalti hai tu, huh?
I said.
Jalti hai.
See, he doesn't even listen. That's a problem, Badhujan. He's a prejudging character.
What? Excuse me. Doesn't listen to preaching two different things.
That is Alto Baba's Tashan. He thinks he knows it all. Remember, there's a difference.
Now,
who
just judged me?
He knows it all.
Who judged me right now, Fatani? Please tell me.
Yeah.
Who judged me right now?
Go on, man.
Now,
Go on.
You judged me.
Go on, child.
Go on, child. Oh,
Yeah.
somebody called me a child.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how people are indulge in labeling, prejudice. This is what happens, Badhujan. This is what's called systemic racism.
What nonsense?
You're discriminating against me, Fatwani.
Nonsense.
Just because I'm a little bit different from you doesn't mean...
learn to talk properly.
Just because I'm different from you doesn't mean I'm any less Fatwani. Come on. What is this? It's okay. It's fine. I am standing up for all the diverse people.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Badhujan, today we're talking about Tashan Tuesday. Can you get to the point, Alto Baba, for a change?
Huh? For a change. This is like a Saas Bahu serial where she's a Saas and there's no Bahu around. And I'm the one getting beat up by this particular person. But anyway, what is the thing? Long time to you, what is it? Want to?
I don't want to give such a long title to you, Alto Baba. You are a Narada Muni. Chingari Baba, or also known as Krishna Kanhaiya. Chingari Baba, I like that.
I never heard of the kind of name. What kind of names are these? Anyway, but the point is, आज है Tashan Tuesdays. जहाँ पे we're talking about how, the style जो होती है ना, this जो तरीका or the attitude, right? Tashan के साथ बोलते हैं हम सब लोग. Tashan मतलब ऐसा Tashan everybody wants to do. Like the one person that comes to mind always to me when it comes to Tashan is Rajnikant. Not because like awesome thing what he does. It's like how did that actually become famous? That's always on my mind.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Faltwani is in what?
Although don't get distracted. Yeah, go on and talk about. So, Bandijan,
she says you're in total form.
We are talking about when, in the movies, there are certain trends that you see amongst the heroes or the heroines. And they kind of are the pop culture icons, right? So people start following those trends. कुछ कभी कभार ऐसे होता है कि कोई fashion trend हो सकता है. Like in the previous hour we talked about how Mumtaz's draping of a particular type of sari in the movie Brahmachari, which is Aajkal Tere Mere Pyar Ke Charche, in that became a fashion trend. Everybody started, it became like the kind of sari that one would wear to the parties, so to speak. And there is a trend. Let us see how many bandhus can identify. This trend came back after several decades, came back and became a pretty popular trend in the past decade.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was launched by this movie called Mughal-e-Azam. It's a fashion trend. It's a type of outfit that became really, really, really popular.
Are we asking who was the actual actress of Mughal-e-Azam?
The outfits that the main lead wore in that particular movie became like a trend. Now it came back after like several decades in the past, like 2012 say, 2010 say, in fact it started becoming a rave, and now it's again beginning to phase out. So what was this outfit, or what is this fashion trend that we're talking about? From the movie Mughal-e-Azam, there was a particular outfit that was a trend at that time.
Very good. Socho Badhujan, just for you guys to give you some fodder to think.
Yeah.
To put some hawa to the fire out there, right? How about actually play a beautiful song for the movie?
Right.
And I'm going to play a song, but it doesn't make any sense to you. Faltri, what happened? You're shaking out something. What happened? You okay?
Hi, yes, I'm fine, Alto Baba.
She's like, suddenly I got worried, Faltoni.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're getting caught into years. I'm wondering what's going to happen next. Probably
Yeah.
got ads in the years for, you know.
What?
Well, आपको बोलना पड़ेगा क्या था वो ट्रेंड जो फाल्तनी बात कर रही है. ये गाना सुनिएगा और ऑटोमेटिकली आपके जहन में आ जाएगा क्या ट्रेंड था वो. Okay?
Right.
Here you go, Baljan. It's a beautiful Qawwali for the Pegler movie, Mughal Azam, starring, of course, Dilip Kumar and Prithviraj Kapoor.
Call karo Meenakshi ji. Today no excuse. You have to call in 408-912-2479. And everybody who's listening to us right now, Bandhujan, call करिएगा 408-912-2479.
घड़ी भर को तेरे नजदीक आकर हम भी देखेंगे घड़ी भर को तेरे नजदीक आकर हम भी देखेंगे अजी हाँ हम भी देखेंगे तेरी महफिल में किस्मत आजमा कर हम भी देखेंगे तेरे कदमों पे सर अपना झुका कर हम भी देखेंगे तेरे कदमों पे सर अपना झुका कर हम भी देखेंगे अजी हाँ हम भी देखेंगे बहारें आज पैगामे मोहब्बत लेके आई हैं
वाह वाह.
बड़ी मुद्दत में उम्मीदों की कलियां मुस्कुराई हैं
वाह वाह, कली आ गई वहाँ पे फाल्तनी. हिंट आ गया, कली कली. हाँ, सोचो और कॉल करो 408-912-2479.
मुस्कुराई है गम दिल से जरा दामन बचा कर हम भी देखेंगे गम दिल से जरा दामन बचा कर हम भी देखेंगे अजी हाँ हम भी देखेंगे अगर दिल गम से खाली हो तो जीने का मजा क्या है न हो खूने जिगर तो अश्क पीने का मजा क्या है न हो खूने जिगर न हो खूने जिगर तो अश्क पीने का मजा क्या है मोहब्बत में जरा आंसू बहा कर हम भी देखेंगे मोहब्बत में जरा आंसू बहा कर हम भी देखेंगे तेरी महफिल में किस्मत आजमा कर हम भी देखेंगे अजी हाँ हम भी देखेंगे मोहब्बत करने वालों का है बस इतना ही अफसाना तड़पना चुपके आह भरना घुट के मर जाना तड़पना चुपके जी हाँ तड़पना चुपके आह भरना घुट के मर जाना किसी दिन ये तमाशा मुस्कुरा कर हम भी देखेंगे किसी दिन ये तमाशा
Jan, let me tell you one thing. अभी तो फालतू नहीं calls के थोड़ा बहुत रोक देते हैं. Let's not take any calls right now.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Meenakshi ji, for letting us know. We will look it up with our, I don't know, technical service provider of the phone line. We do have, we just realized that we do have an issue with the phone line. So you guys can most definitely, here's what we can do.
Yes,
Baba.
Faltani.
They can call in on a different number and we can patch it through, right?
Of course, Faltani, always.
Right?
Always ways of doing this.
Yes. What is a number that they can call on, Alto Baba? Can they call on my number and then I can patch it through?
Why not? Let's do that.
Let's do that. Right?
Sure.
We don't know. Well, you can post your answers on Facebook. Thank you so much, Meenakshi ji, for letting us know. And also, thank you so much, Rashmi, for letting us know that you've been trying forever to get on the line. Thank you so much. And Aditi, you're absolutely right. We love the song as well. Total badass ladies from the yesteryears. Absolutely. And these badass ladies launched a particular trend, especially the beautiful protagonist of this movie launched a particular fashion trend. And that outfit came back. That trend came back in the last decade. 2010 say almost till, I think right now it's dying out, but people still wear those. What is that outfit that we're talking about? 4089, actually no.
वैसे हमें तो answer Facebook पे already आ गया है.
Correct. The
Yes.
trend that we were talking about is the anarkali suit. Yes, you're absolutely right, Deepa. It is the anarkali. And it's those flowing outfits right from, with a very, very decked, bejeveled kind of a beautiful top portion, and then it kind of flows beautifully down. So it's a lovely outfit. And, each era, like Aldo had talked about in the previous hour of one particular actress, Sadhana ji, right? Who, in order to be able to, everybody has different features, right? So Sadhana's one big drawback, so to speak, was that she has a bigger forehead.
Hey, that was not a drawback. That's what she thought she had a drawback.
Well, that's what they claimed, right? At that time, उसकी मुंह इसको क्या कहते हैं, नाक, उसकी जो नाक है इतनी sharp नहीं है.
Oh, really?
हाँ, उसके आंखें ऐसे हैं. Like, they would make those decisions at that time. So साधना जी की जो ये थी forehead थी, उसको to mask the wideness of her forehead or whatever you call that, the
prominence of her forehead.
She came up with that, that fringe that you have. What do you call those? Those bangs.
Bangs.
Yeah, and it became popular as the sadhana cut.
Yeah.
So even today, that's come back after a very long time. A lot of people have those
so
bangs.
So what? People are coming back with bigger hair foreheads nowadays?
I don't know. So I don't think it suits everybody.
I know actually I'm having sadhana cut right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm covering up my forehead.
No, Alto Baba, that is not the sadhana cut.
What is it?
You will not understand.
What? Seriously? How mean?
Yeah. That is not the sadhana cut. But either ways, that was one of the other trends. So we're going to talk about a trend right now, Madhujan, that one song that we will play for you is this particular movie's song. And you're going to tell us there is one trend in this movie that was launched.
Okay.
What was the trend that this movie launched, Madhujan? This particular actress was known to be sort of like a fashion icon. So we haven't played one song of that person in a long, long time, which is a parody of different. It's a whole big medley of several songs.
So you're saying that the trend launched this movie, or is it some other movie?
No, it was in this movie that the trend of her love for what was the trend? You have to call us and you got to tell us. Her love for these
monotone things.
Yeah, sort of outfits. You got to call and you got to share what particular trend was this that was launched in this movie.
Yeah.
And who is this actress that launched this trend? Actually, no, you don't have to call in. You can just post on Facebook. Facebook.com/Radio Day Hotties. वहाँ पे post कर दीजिएगा आप. Here you go.
शोर शोर शोर। सॉरी दीदी अब हम नहीं करेंगे शोर, लेकिन बच्चे ना खेले तो हो जाएंगे बोर। सॉरी दीदी अब हम नहीं करेंगे शोर, लेकिन बच्चे ना खेले तो हो जाएंगे बोर। ना 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 ना, जा रे जा जा रे जा, बेकार का ड्रामा है, झूठी ये कहानी है। लड़की तू भी कुछ कम नहीं, इन सब की तू नानी है, बेकार का ड्रामा है।
तेरा मेरे बच्चों से, ओए ओए तेरा मेरे बच्चों से, कैसा है ये झगड़ा पुराना, कैसा है ये झगड़ा पुराना, लफड़ा है ये क्या मुझको बताना, लफड़ा है ये क्या मुझको बताना। तेरा मेरे बच्चों से कैसा है ये झगड़ा पुराना।
टोपी वाले बाल दिला, टोपी वाले बाल दिला, जाने क्यों ये दीदी है खफा, हमारी बाल दिला। टोपी वाले, टोपी वाले, टोपी वाले।
मेरा नाम है कैलेंडर, मैं तो चला किचन के अंदर, बाल मांगो भैया हाथ जरा जोर के, बाल मांगो भैया हाथ जरा जोर के। ओ खिलौना मेरे बच्चों का भला क्यों छीन लेती हूँ, खिलौना मेरे बच्चों का भला क्यों छीन लेती हूँ। दुआएं देंगे ये तुमको अगर तुम बोल देती हो।
दुआएं ले नहीं सकती मैं इन बदमाश बच्चों से, कि मुझको दूर ही रखो समझ के ऐसे कच्चों से। रोज ये शोर करे, कभी आउटडोर करे, कभी इंडोर करे, और अब रोके मुझे बोर करे।
अल्लाह
झूठे हैं तेरे बच्चे, बच्चे तेरे बच्चे, बच्चे तेरे बच्चे।
क्यों कोसती हो इनको भला, है दिल के बड़े सच्चे बच्चे मेरे बच्चे, बच्चे मेरे बच्चे,
बच्चे तेरे बच्चे,
बच्चे मेरे बच्चे,
बच्चे तेरे बच्चे,
हाँ बच्चे मेरे बच्चे,
तेरे बच्चे,
मेरे बच्चे,
तेरे बच्चे,
मेरे बच्चे,
तेरे,
मेरे,
तेरे,
मेरे, तो बोलो शांति ओम शांति शांति ओम शांति शांति ओम
And of course, Bajan, I think people know about the answer for Rani already.
They already no, actually, I don't know what Deepa is writing. She's just keeping on writing on Facebook.
She's in
saying,
the flow
"Oh,
right now.
Tashan."
She's in the flow right
We're
now.
talking about Mr. India. You're absolutely right. But what was the trend that got launched in this particular movie, or a trend that this? Who was the actress who kind of brought that trend of the solid colored, complete one colored? What was that trend? What
Yeah.
was it? Foes,
Wait,
aapko.
first of all, Father, they have to, it's for them to, they can't call to right now because
Yeah.
they have phone line troubles.
I'm so like.
So they can't call right now, Father. They can only post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue further.
Let's do the Facebook posting.
Yes.
Come on, post it.
Yeah.
On Facebook, aap post kar do. She said, I think,
Who said I think what?
Deepa ji said it was Mr. India. I can't find. I know she's posted so many things. I don't know where. I got lost somewhere. Her
Yes,
comment.
yes. So by the way,
No, it is Jyoti Arora ji who said Mr. India.
possibly.
Yeah.
But the point, I think there's a total different parallel track going on our Facebook feed there.
Really?
Meenakshi is saying sari finally.
That's right. What type of sari?
हाँ, what type of sari?
What type of sari आपको post करना है वहाँ पे? And of course, Aditi, I know you're on Facebook as well. Thank you so much for joining us over there. आप भी post कर सकते हैं on Facebook. And Suchitra Thapliyal ji, yes, I see your comment, and we responded to that as well. She was responding to what happened in Health 360.
Uh-huh.
She said that child is not going to reach out to their pediatrician because of the backlash from parents. Yes, you're absolutely right. Thankfully, we have a ally system. So if this is a public service announcement for anybody who's listening to this right now, it doesn't matter whether you're a child, you're a teenager, you're an adult, or you are somebody who's an adolescent, it doesn't matter. If you feel that you require to speak to somebody, if you want to reach out and you want to find an ally, please go to pragnya.org. Again, pragnya.org, and message us from there. Or you can go to facebook.com/pragnya for autism, and then post it from there. It is not necessarily only for individuals who are neurodiverse.
Yeah.
Anybody who has, if you have any kind of conflict in terms of mental health issues, we can most definitely connect you up with, or you're dealing with it in your home, then we can most definitely connect you up with the right resources. So again, please do not hesitate. It really does not matter. We have had many individuals who have reached out to us, and we're grateful that you trust us enough to be able to share that. So please do go ahead to pragnya.org, and then we can connect you with the right resources. Again, Pragnya, Pragnya, the way it is spoken, that's the way it is spelled. Pragnya.org.
All right, so Bharanja, I think we got the answer on Facebook. Meenakshi says plain color saris, and then there's Suchitra actually adds to saying that it is chiffon plain color saris.
Exactly, Suchitra ji.
Wait, I want to ask the question: is chiffon waterproof?
Why?
Makes you wonder, right? All the time she wears a sari, that chiffon sari, they've actually drenched her totally. Poor thing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
you're
sorry for her.
absolutely right. It's that chiffon, plain color sari that this is, of course, our gorgeous Sri Devi ji, who, ouch,
Who acted with her brother-in-law?
her brother-in-law. But the reports were that they were going very, very strong, Badajan, by the way.
Yeah, but then
Anil
wrong
Kapoor
number
and-
lag gaya.
And then wrong number lag gaya.
We don't know about that. Also the trend actually.
Yeah.
Hey, but actually we can know this Tashan, this particular thing also a Tashan, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about people actually falling in love and all, right?
What is that? How is it a Tashan, man? What are you
It
talking
starts
about?
off way back. I think we should credit Raj Kapoor for that.
Why?
Yeah, he already was married and then he was,
That
pretty
is not
much...
a Tashan, Altu Baba.
What?
Cheh.
Excuse
That's
me.
not. Adultery is never Tashan.
Everybody's
Okay.
following the same thing
Be
there.
quiet.
It became-
Polyamory is not Tashan.
It's not polyamory, okay? It's adultery. For polyamory, everybody's consulting in the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody knows, is it?
Everybody
oh,
knows,
then
yeah.
this is adultery. Sorry.
Adultery. We don't want to call it adultery also because many people
It
do
is
it.
adultery.
Only adults do it, is it? That's
You
why.
know, no.
What? Father, you sometimes feel like,
Okay,
you
adults
guys,
do
adults have got such a messed up brain, I'll tell you seriously.
Yeah.
That's why I say adults only, I suppose. Anyway, the point is, that's one particular. So we're still in the 80s when people actually are having these trends coming on, right?
Yeah.
How about in the 2000s actually where trend came? I don't know. Let's do one thing. I'll describe the trend. Let's see if Bandhus can identify what it is.
Yeah, post
The
it on
trend
Facebook.
is posted on Facebook. It actually is a kurti. A kurti kind of a thing, right? A white kurti kind of a thing, loose.
Not kurti. It's a t-shirt. Yeah, you know
T-shirt,
what? T-shirt with
T-shirt on a pajama.
Patiala salwars.
Patiala salwars.
T-shirts and patiala salwars.
And a different kind of dupatta.
Yes and no.
No,
Sometimes
not something
dupatta,
else?
sometimes no
Some
dupatta.
dupatta. Okay,
Yeah.
which movie
Yeah.
actually brought this on, right?
Just t-shirts and patiala salwars.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of fitted t-shirts with patiala salwars. Which one was it? Who launched it also?
Yeah.
आपको Facebook पे अभी पोस्ट करना है facebook.com/Radio Day Hotties. अगर हमारी वॉच पार्टी कहीं और देख रहे हैं आप and you want to post your answer, please go to the main watch party which is the Radio Day Hotties page and वहाँ पे post करिएगा. It would be very very easy for us to look up because we have several different people who have started watch parties all over the place. So please do go ahead and post it over there. T-shirts and mostly solid t-shirts, solid t-shirts with patiala salwars.
Yeah.
And which heroine prompted this trend? There was a particular movie that launched it.
Oh my God, Steve seems like Meenakshi totally a fashionista. She knows all about these things.
Really?
Yeah. How about we actually play a song?
Okay.
Just to make sure we can jog people's memory. We actually gave the answer already on Facebook.
She did. Should we give
Yeah.
out the answer now?
Yeah, give out the answer anyway. I'm going to play a song with the same movie also.
Yes. And of course, it is called Jab We Met, Panujan. A beautiful movie that kind of like was the peak of both Shahid Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor's career, I would say. I don't think they've had a movie that has created so much hype after that. But this song is from that movie. And this was a trend that she launched. And Suchitra Thaplial, thank you so much for agreeing with me. She says Faltu Rani is 100% correct.
What is that?
In Indian context, it is being characterless, adultery.
Okay. When did I say otherwise?
जो चलने लगे हैं ये रास्ते, हाँ हाँ हाँ, मंजिल से बेहतर लगने लगे हैं ये रास्ते, खो जाए हम, हो जाए हम यूं लापता, मीलों चले जाना कहाँ ना हो पता, हम जो चलने लगे हैं ये रास्ते, आहा, मंजिल से बेहतर लगने लगे हैं ये रास्ते.
बस आपको यही बताता कि मैं शान हूँ और आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो डे हॉरी, द हॉटेस्ट रेडियो नेटवर्क. एंटरटेनमेंट जस्ट गॉट हॉटर.
बैठे बैठे ऐसे कैसे कोई रास्ता नया सा मिले, तू भी चले मैं भी चलूं, होंगे कम ये तभी फासले, तेरा मेरा ना हो किसी से वास्ता, मीलों चले जाना कहाँ ना हो पता, हम जो चलने लगे हैं ये रास्ते, आहा, मंजिल से बेहतर लगने लगे हैं ये रास्ते. बेखुदी यहाँ वहाँ देखो कहाँ लेके जाने लगी बेखुदी मिल जाएगा होगा जहाँ पे रास्ता मीलों चले जाना कहाँ ना हो पता हम जो चलने लगे.
Well, I have my own thing about this movie. This movie is very illogical, actually, if you ask
Why?
me.
Why?
Well, because they don't get beat up by the guy who stole the cycle from. In the song, have you seen the song? In the song, he steals the cycle from other poor villagers.
Okay.
And the guy doesn't get beat up by him. Have you ever tried stealing anything from a villager, Faltwani?
Why would I steal Altu Baba? At the first place,
entire
it's
village will
wrong.
come after you. Entire village will come after you. And
Yeah,
they
that's
show like as though he gets away with all
That's
things.
true, actually.
Anyway, coming back to the point, Faltwani, we're talking about Tashan Tuesday, right?
Ha.
Enough talking about the ladies. What from the beginning, we're talking only about ladies.
Yeah.
Guys also have Tashan, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll ask you one question. Faltoni and me are having a discussion on this one actually, and it's a very heated discussion. You could have seen the animated look she had on her face, and I was like, oh, like that.
What?
That's because she was totally rallying upon me, saying that I was wrong. Ray-Ban glasses. I want to ask you, who do you think actually made Ray-Ban glasses famous? Ray-Ban aviators. Who made Ray-Ban aviators
What
famous?
aviators?
Yeah.
Are they called aviators?
Yes, they're called aviators.
I don't know. I don't wear Ray-Bans. I don't like Ray-Bans.
You're a person who wears Prada because you're devil, right?
What?
So Devil Wears Prada is a movie, right? That's a nice movie, actually. I didn't say that. You like Prada, right? Don't you like Prada, Faltari?
Sorta.
There you go. That's that.
No,
but
but
arrest my
I
case.
like everything. I like Gucci. I like Prada. I like, what is the other one? Oh my God, Oakley's.
Louis Vuitton.
There's quite a few good
Yeah, right.
sunglasses.
Which you can pay a fortune.
Where are my Oakley's, by the way, Altu
I
Baba?
have no idea, Faltani. You don't have to worry about. Must be one of the other cars,
Yeah.
like Porsches, which you have somewhere else,
Yeah.
parked somewhere in other places and all.
My Porsche got totaled, Altu Baba.
Oh my God! Probably left the phone. Oh, you left the glasses down there only, is it?
Yeah.
Too same, yaar, Faltani. You'll never touch something which is like touched once, right?
Yeah.
My goodness. ये टशन है फाल्तोनी का बड़े बड़े लोगों का ऐसे होता है. Well, फाल्तोनी, I'll tell you what. Tashans we talk about, right? Male aviators. Who do you think brought this aviator concept into mind?
Ray-Bans.
Ray-Ban
Okay,
aviators.
his and my argument is this, okay? He did say that his dad used to wear Ray-Bans, and he forgets that his dad was a very stylish dad.
Correct.
Yeah, had a very nice style, and that was he was ahead of his times.
Correct.
And that that was before the movie that made that Ray-Ban popular, where you hang the Ray-Ban. That's one
Yeah,
style.
right. Oh. Hang it. You give it away.
Obviously, that's the Tashan of hanging the Ray-Ban from
On the collar.
on the back of your collar. On the back of your collar. Not, I mean, a lot of us hang our sunglasses in the front, right? Like, where you button up your topmost button.
No.
Yeah, I do.
That's so horrible, really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Yuck.
What? Yuck. Rather than putting it up on your hair and getting all the oil or whatever, hair oil and
You
all
don't want
that
putting all
into
the
your-
sweat on your body. You want
That's
to put
okay.
That's
It doesn't
okay?
get on your, on the lens.
Really? You put oil in your glass?
Not oil, man. You have some people have.
Okay. The point is the Tashan of I agree with you. The Tashan of actually putting your Ray-Ban aviators on the back of your collar.
Yeah, that's a Tashan, right? That's
We
a
got
kind
the
of.
answer already, Fatwani.
Oh, really? Who
Yeah.
did?
Meenakshi, who else? She's like she should get the world record for all these questions. we can
Oh
ask.
my goodness, Meenakshi ji, you're really fast, huh?
You know what? The thing is, she's also pretty dabang actually.
Yeah, that's right, Parichan. It was our very own Salman Khan sahab. Thankfully this trend started because he was famous for being shirtless.
Yeah.
And this forces him to wear a shirt.
That's true.
क्या गाना लगा रहा है रे?
No, you don't want the song, is it? Obviously, you don't want the song.
चल
okay,
लगा
okay,
लगा
fine. You want
लगा
different
लगा
song.
लगा लगा
I tell me which song do you want.
नहीं
I guess you'll want the song where he actually is putting the glass in the back, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
रहते तुझको सांझ सवेरे
Happy Falguni?
Yes.
Happy?
नैनों में हाय, नैनों में
Deepa, it's not Salman Khan, it's Salman Khan.
नैन ये तेरे नैनों में बसियां जैसे नैन ये तेरे तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन
You know, I have a question about while listening to a song, okay?
Yeah.
Think of actually another trend for men, right?
Yeah.
Wearing leather pants. Well, no, actually, no. Leather pants didn't even catch on, actually, the fashion. But leather jackets did catch on fashion. Who was the person who actually brought in this concept of leather jackets? Loose leather jackets. Right? Think about it. 90s में आया था. 408-912-2479.
नहीं, facebook.com/Radio Day Hottie.
Oh, that's true. Facebook.com/Radio Hotties.
तुझे देखा तो दिल मेरा धड़का है धड़का धड़का है जल जल उठा हूँ मैं शोला जो प्यार का भड़का है भड़का भड़का है नींदों में घुल गए हैं सपने जो तेरे बदले से लग रहे हैं अंदाज मेरे बदले से लग रहे हैं अंदाज मेरे तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन
तुझसे शुरू हुई तुझ पे ही खत्म हो दुनिया मेरी दुनिया दुनिया मेरी तुझसे शुरू हुई तुझ पे ही खत्म हो दुनिया मेरी दुनिया दुनिया मेरी ये बात दिल में थी नैनों ने बोल दी मैं हूँ तेरी मैं हूँ तेरी तुझको ही याद करके आहें भरूं मैं मिल के भी मिल ना पाऊं अब क्या करूं मैं मिल के भी मिल ना पाऊं अब क्या करूं मैं
तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त
Well, Padmani, I'll tell you one thing. We should give a special award for Meenakshi.
Why, man?
Because she won, of course, she's getting all the answers right.
Yeah.
That's the first person posting on Facebook also. Meenakshi, I'm very impressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's trying to say, when he said Salmon, nahi hai, she says, look at the...
आजकल वैसे सलमान मौन ही रहे तो
अच्छा है उसके लिए.
मौन good one good one good one. Is he talking too much that way? Is he like
No, man.
is he
No,
getting-
I don't think so. Here is the thing, right? There was this... Anyway, I feel it's all nonsensical, Bandijan, because once a life is gone, a life is gone. There's
Yeah.
no point in unless it's proven or there's something that is like, you know, if somebody actually, if there was foul play involved, then it makes sense. But because Salman posted Sushant's, you know, rest in peace kind of thing, so he got a lot of backlash, right?
Why would
He got backlash because of that guy, Abhishek Kapoor or something, some guy who said that Salman Khan tried to sabotage in the entire Khandam, like, you know, Salman Khan, Salim Khan, all of them, they got him beat up and they didn't do this and that. So they said that this is a nepotistic world. And so he got a lot of backlash from the folks who are
go on Fatwani. From the folks who are what?
The folks who are, like, you know, the newcomers into the industry. तो उसके बाद अभी Salman Khan को then his fans and the other people's fans, so there's those two factions, right? They're fighting, trolling all over the internet. And then Salman Khan actually is like in between tangadofying and trying to say something.
Oh, they're trying to give him a hard time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what happened there. Okay, I see what happened there. So here's what you can actually give out the phone number to call that number right now, Faltwani, so they can actually get them patched in right now.
Okay.
So, Banujat, if you want to dial in, you can dial this number 408-660-6753 for now.
So, Meenakshi ji, call करिएगा 408 66 408-660-6753.
Okay.
Again, 408-660-6753. इस नंबर पे आपको कॉल करना है एंड हमारे साथ यहाँ पे शामिल होना है. We're trying and testing something out, Banjan. This is a jugaad kind of thing. So please go ahead and you know, call in to this number. We're trying to see if we can patch your calls through.
Yeah.
408-660-6753. So you can call in right now, and we would love to hear from you. Meenakshi ji, call करिएगा 408 660-6753.
The answer was given at Facebook already, but we'd love to see if you take the answer on air. So give us a call here, 408-660-6753. Come on,
थोड़ा slowly बोला कर यार.
408-660-6753. हाँ.
Okay. तो चलो. Hi, PAMPAM. कौन जी?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you please reduce hello, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
हाँ, ये तो बोलिए. Hello?
हाँ जी.
हाँ, can you hear us?
So the answer, yes. Now I can hear properly.
हाँ, बोलिए. Answer क्या था?
The question you asked for that leather jacket is Shah Rukh Khan from DDLG.
DDLG, okay.
DDLG
Are you
or
sure about that?
DDLJ?
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, DDLJ.
So she's saying that leather jacket was something which he brought into effect, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think I should give it to her.
Since she's
He made it famous actually.
He made it famous, that's true.
अरे वाह मीनाक्षी जी.
You know, there's one more trend Shah Rukh Khan is famous for.
What?
Yeah, I'm asking her.
Wait, I'm not going. Yeah, okay, fine.
What did you have in mind?
Did you
One
want?
more trend of Shah Rukh Khan which is famous.
Yeah.
Socho, he actually brought this total thing, like, you know, men actually at that time wore a lot of kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. They were loose
I
fitting
don't know
clothing.
as like
Loose fitting clothing.
वो ना baggy.
मोहब्बतें वो टाई करता था स्वेटर मोहब्बतें से वो वाला ट्रेंड.
हाँ, वो correct. वो भी था and what the thing, the loose fitting jacket,
Loose
suit.
shirts and
Loose pants.
loose pants,
Look
baggy.
totally unsmart, actually.
He used to wear that when he in the beginning days, right?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah.
He was a person.
Like in Yes Boss and Raju. What is that?
all those things. Koila.
Yeah.
Koila actually wore like.
सारे हीरो ऐसे पहन रहे थे. सलमान खान भी ऐसी लूज कपड़े पहनता था.
I know that was time actually the trend was
Baggy pants.
But I remember most of him actually, most of Shah Rukh Khan unsmart dressing was 90s only.
Yeah.
Later on he became smart. He kind of kept to the floor and everything.
Right.
That's true. But you're right. I think leather jacket, I would attribute the whole thing to Shah Rukh Khan only.
Yeah.
In the heat, sweltering heat, people used to wear leather jacket. Like, wow, how will you wear leather jacket in that heat?
Acha, I'm going to put you on the spot, Meenakshi ji, and I'm going to ask you one particular trend which many people may not have thought of. It brought in this urban chic trend for men, where men typically used to have that typical style of jeans, t-shirt, and jeans and shirt, or the formal trousers and shirt kind of thing. So this particular movie launched a very hip trend of men, a very urban chic trend of men, more of the metrosexual, the college going.
Really?
Yeah, it had the men wearing tight fitting shirts, nice patterned shirts with leather pants, or different different colored pants. And on top of it, one very significant trend that movie launched was
It's okay to be bald.
is it called a goatee right under the lower lip there?
And it's also okay to be kind of...
Okay, दिल चाहता है आमिर खान.
Goatee she got it.
Oh my god!
It's a horrible look. Goatee doesn't suit
I
me.
didn't
at
like
least.
that look at all.
It
Aldo
doesn't-
looks like a villain.
It doesn't suit my look also. I'm like a baby face and all, cute thing, and having goatee doesn't go well. What?
उस लुक के साथ आमिर खान एकदम यंग दिख रहा था उस वाली मूवी में.
Yeah, but can you imagine? Amir Khan actually, of the three people, was very, very senior
Ah.
compared to those three people. He already had put in almost 20 years in industry by the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
19. Correct. He had more than a decade and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. But anyways, good. That, Meenakshi, thank you so much. And of course, Aita Brajan, for timing, we resolved the solution to giving us a call here, but the show is coming to an end right now.
Yeah. आपको कैसे लगा आज का शो?
Okay. बहुत ही बढ़िया.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi ji, and thank you so much for helping us with our jugaad right now.
Yes.
So,
Always welcome.
thank you. Have a beautiful, fantastic evening. And of course,
You
Manajan.
as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And बंधुजान, अगर आप यहाँ पे शामिल होना चाहते हैं हमारे ब्यूटीफुल वाले शो में, आपको बस हमारा रेडियो रिहॉर्डीज वाला ऐप डाउनलोड करना है और हमारे साथ यहाँ पे you just need to listen and you can hit. Actually, we got to change that too.
Which one?
So we'll let you know, Banijan, whatever you need to do. You can also email us bandhu@mediamahima.com, or you can actually go to facebook.com/radio rehodis and watch us over there as well. So, Alto Baba,
Yes.
next क्या है?
Next, kya hai na, Father? We're coming to the close of our show already right now.
Huh.
And we talked about some Tashan, which actually was brought in by many of our, industry bigwigs, so-called, right? All the things. And आजकल के ज़माने में काफ़ी सारे Tashans आ रहे हैं, by the way. Well, Hrithik Roshan brought in his own kind of a style into the industry, where he started actually launching himself as the chiseled kind of a body.
Yeah.
And somebody on Facebook also talked about the
Suchitra Thaplia
bare
said,
chest, six packs.
Yeah.
That's something which I think Hrithik Roshan brought into.
no, bare chest was Salman Khan.
No, it's not Salman Khan, Fatwani.
It was Salman.
It was not Salman Khan. But Ujan, I can guarantee that the bare chest was not Salman Khan. Bare chest was actually Dara Singh.
Oh my God! Dara Singh was not a hero.
Hey, he was a hero. He used to make big hit movies in the 50s and 60s.
Not in
That
Hindi
is how
movies.
Hindi movie only he used to do. Hindi movies, he used to, the heroine he worked with most?
Who?
Mumtaz.
Really?
Mumtaz became hit, made money, made a presence in the big hit movies, and then she jumped into the A grade movies.
Wow.
Yes, so all those kind of Pailwan Kusti and all the stuff, right?
Oh
Dara
God.
Singh was.
Yeah,
Dara Singh was.
But he didn't, go shirtless in all the movies.
He
man.
had shirt. He went shirtless in all the movies. That's why it's called B grade.
Oh God! Really?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
What ladies do line up for the kind of movies?
Oh God, that's not true. I don't
At
believe
one time
that.
he was like Kusti
I don't believe
Mahabali
that.
actually.
Yeah.
And no, Godeepa, you're wrong. It was not Salman Khan. It was actually Dara Singh who actually did it.
Yeah.
But Salman Khan tried to copy it maximum, and then I think Salman Khan to a certain level he did it, but he never had a chiseled body.
Acha.
Salman Khan was like short and stout like a
He
small.
did have a chiseled body. What are you talking, Alto Baba? Salman Khan was the one who brought fit bodies into the industry. The definition of the
definition of fitness we're talking about, zero fat in the body, is gonna be Hrithik Roshan.
No, it wasn't even Hrithik Roshan. It was actually Shah Rukh in the movie Manwa Lage, in which you can see an 8-pack. Sorry, 6-pack was Hrithik Roshan.
my
In
God.
Manwa Lage, it's an 8-pack. You can see even the side, that muscle. What do you call that?
Whoa,
that
whoa,
thing?
whoa. Now, don't try to copy all the things like Faltu. Don't try to compete with them. I already told, first person to take the shot off in Indian cinema was Dara Singh, period.
Yeah.
And then comes Salman Khan, kind of. But Hrithik Roshan finalized it, because now everybody is having a 6-pack nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a 6-pack.
Everybody,
And if you want to look that way, even Sushant Singh Rajput supposedly was sporting an 8-pack.
Yeah.
Right? it
Yeah,
became a
but
fashion.
the 8-pack, let me tell you, that was Shah Rukh Khan who first showed that off.
Eh,
There
kuch
was
bhi.
nobody.
Shah Rukh Khan se pehle there was John Abraham who okay,
No.
Faltani. Do you know? Okay, you should know. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I should know.
Yeah.
We pay attention, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there Deepa is going kuch bhi on the thing. Deepa, you can also call the number 408-660.
No, Deepa, Hrithik is not new gen. New gen is, we're talking about Tiger Shroff is new generation. Hrithik is gone.
Hey, no, he's not new gen. I think he's not new
He's
gen.
not new
But
gen.
anyway, Buljan, we got to sign off right now. Time aa gaya. Khatam ho gaya Faltoni. So here you go. She's saying no Shah Rukh. And I talked about Shah Rukh Khan's unsmart dressing, right?
Yeah.
Yes Boss is a perfect example of that.
Right. So we're going to leave you with this song, Vanajan. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Good Morning Bear. And it was nice arguing with you on Facebook.
Yes, thank you so much. We had so much fun, Deepa.
And of course, if you want to download our Radio Hotties app, iOS and Android पे free है. Good night. शब खैर.
अरे प्यार भरा. Mwah.
सुनिए तो रुकिए तो क्यों है खफा अरे कहिए तो ऐसी क्या जल्दी जाने की दीवाना हूँ माना सुनिए दीवाने की सुनिए तो रुकिए तो क्यों है खफा अरे कहिए तो ऐसी क्या जल्दी जाने की दीवाना हूँ माना सुनिए दीवाने की ये शाम का दिलकश मंजर ये साहिल और समंदर कहते हैं आप न जाए हम पर ये करम फरमाए ये शाम का दिलकश मंजर ये साहिल और समंदर कहते हैं आप न जाए हम पर ये करम फरमाए सुनिए तो कहती है बल खाती लहरें जरा कुछ देर तो ठहरे सुनिए तो रुकिए तो क्यों है खफा
Great music, Vanajan, for the best in entertainment and the best.